I currently do have a podcast. I'm located in Salt Lake City, Utah. My podcast is called The Muster Point, and we cover quite a few topics on everything from the unexplained to politics.
Okay, so you basically, anything that's on the radar, right? Anything that's on the radar.
Pretty much.
Covered.
If it's got anything to do with like manly men doing manly stuff, we'll talk about it.
What the hell is that? Is that like a guy with muscles fixing a car? Is that what you're kind of talking about? Or
I would more or less say it's like we'll talk about industry and really cute girls and stuff, like different models and basically if it's manly, we'll talk about it.
Okay, super. Well, it's nice to have cute girls around, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's kind of, this is a thing. Oh no, you can't look at the. Oh no, don't look at the girl. I mean, the girls want to be looked at. That's why that's why they're dressing up, right?
Well, not only that, but I mean, like with me, I live what they call, a very bachelor lifestyle. Where with me personally, it's like I'm all right with looking at women, but I guess you can say in a sense I'm very, anti-marriage and anti-relationship as far as myself.
Okay, so how does that work out then?
Well, if you think about it correctly, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you there, man. It's
okay. Go for it.
I could get the respect, love, admiration, and admiration from my friends, family, and coworkers. So as far as companionship, I can find companionship with my dog because I'm not alone. Mm-hmm. As far as like if we're gonna go on the topic of like sex and stuff like that too, we could actually say that we have products and stuff now that are on the market. Like those love dolls that they've got now and stuff like fleshlights. So and I can cook and clean after myself. And the biggest question is
fleshlights or flashlights?
Yeah, fleshlights. Fleshlights. Yeah.
What the hell is a fleshlight? Educate me. What are you talking about?
Basically, what it is it's a male masturbator that's inside of a container that looks, that basically presents itself as a flashlight. Yeah, Google, my friend. Google, it's good shit. You'll love the hell out of it.
I've just swallowed my tongue.
It's all good. Well, I was just gonna mention. I mean, like we have other options available as far as that's concerned. And
sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
You know what? You're right. No, it sounds ridiculous, but with the way that the marriage and divorce laws are stacked against us men, now. Mm-hmm. I mean, like our resources are in jeopardy all the time. It's like when it comes to marriage and divorce, who is it ultimately that ends up losing in the end?
Well, apart from the kids, right, which is a giant factor. Everybody, as far as like, cause everybody's wasted their goddamn time on helping you, right?
Right.
And you've made a bad decision and you've screwed up and you're wondering why nobody pointed it out at the beginning because it's so bloody obvious now, right?
Well, in a sense, yes, but at the same time, no, because if you were blind enough to begin or to get into the relationship to begin with, you obviously deserve to have your resources and everything taken from you.
Well, yeah, but that's what friends are. Friends are there for slapping you upside the head and going, "Hey, no."
Right?
Bad move, dude.
Well, they should be. Yeah, at least I agree. They kind of have to be.
Not all egging you on, right? Uh-huh. And going like, "Hey, don't worry, it'll be great. Yeah, you'll really enjoy it." No, it's like, God damn, you better make sure that you're making this right choice because a promise is a promise, as Shakespeare wrote, So
right. Well, ultimately, we end up losing everything in the end. So if I can receive all the benefits, myself without having an initial woman there to begin with, then what exactly is the point of having a woman around?
I've got one for you, right?
Let's hear it. The
challenge, right? If it was easy, everybody would do it, right? And I mean, do it in the sense of be successful with it, right?
Well, I hear you, yes, but at the same time, women statistically end up cheating more than men do. And is it worth putting in the time, effort, and energy just to have it failed anyway? It is kind of the point.
Well, look, failure's the road to success, as many people pointed out in the past. It's like you're going to fail many times before you actually finally make the right decision. So I think that you've got to go through the processes. You've got to work at it step by step. You've got to know yourself. You've got to know what you're getting into, and I don't know. I don't think you can just. How can I describe it? I don't know. Kind of flop around through life. You've got to. I don't know. For some people, like everybody's different, right? But I think some people got to sort of, put their roots down somewhere at some point in time and go, okay, I'm gonna live here. I'm gonna work here. I'm gonna try to build a family. And you're right. It's a giant. It's a massive risk. Divorce rate's huge. What is it? Over 50%, right? In most areas, and that's just people who manage to get out of the unhappy situation, not just the people who are locked in to the unhappy situation, which might be, we're staying together for the kids, or it's a religion and we can't get out of it, right? So,
right. Well, the thing is too that you're also kind of overlooking that throughout history, some of the most successful men were actually unmarried men that were able to do it on their own and not have a female hold them back either.
Yeah. I generally agree with that. Except I think we only. It's not that I don't think that people hold us back as much as we let them hold us back. Right.
Right. With me, I chose on my end to not allow any interference and distractions for the sake of building my career. And the muster point is basically a term that we use in the oil industry. I've been working in the oil industry for 9 years. I guess you could say that's like the safe zone. What the left would know as a safe space. We call it a muster point. So
risk, man. The way forward is risk. I mean, what were you talking about? The oil industry? Isn't that like a giant risk in drilling and investment and mobilization?
But it pays. It pays.
But the risk, that's what I'm saying. The risk pays off in the end if you do it right.
Right. Well, that I agree. But the problem is anytime that you have a lot of money and you have a lot of resources, women want it. And don't get me wrong, I love the attention for sure. But the biggest issue that I've run into them is they don't want me for me. They want my resources.
Oh yeah, well, I agree with you 100%. Yeah, and almost to the point where it sort of goes without saying that the women are got this radar that they're sort of pointing around, going like, okay, where are resources? Where am I going to be safe?
Yeah, who's the rich guy? Who can I get the most money out of? Who has the biggest house? Who has the most cars? Who has the biggest dick?
It might be. It might not be connected. It might not. It might not be connected. It might not. So yeah, there's definitely that. But at the same time, it's nice to have somebody to share experiences with. Okay, now it doesn't have to be like a full-on relationship, and it doesn't have to be that from the beginning. But the experience. Oh
yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm a proud supporter of pump and dump the whole way through. I will say that openly. It's nice to be able to talk to someone.
Pumped and dumped. Would that work?
That will work too.
Okay.
Like I have them around long enough to do what I need to do, and at the same time, live my life as I choose, not being held down or held back from anyone.
Okay, here's a perspective for you, right?
Okay,
Let's call this the tombstone perspective, right? When you die, and we're all going to get there at some point in time, they get it's different for everybody, but if you're lucky, you might get this big piece of stone lumped over your dead body, and it'll have something written on it, right? Your name and how long you lived, and something else, probably something about maybe your achievement in life or the meaning that you created for other people. And it usually comes down to beloved father, beloved mother, loving wife, loving husband. It doesn't usually come down to he pumped and dumped well, or
I was gonna say mine will probably say pump and dump forever.
I'm still at it.
It's like
keep digging.
I'm sorry, I have notifications and everything coming in too, so when you're hearing that's my phone. I apologize.
Okay, good, because I'm imagining a flashlight or a flashlight, or I don't know what is going on.
No, it's not me using a flashlight. It doesn't vibrate. Where's the accent from, my friend? Where's the accent from?
All over the shop, mate. I tell you. No, right now I'm melting. Actually, I'm on my balcony in central Slovakia, right in the heart of Europe, right? And
nice.
Yeah, a town called Banska Bystrica. If you could imagine a small town with more trees than a forest.
Yeah, said currently I'm in North Dakota, where it's all flat, rolling hills and nothing but dead grass.
Oh.
It's dead grass, campers, and oil rigs. That's the whole state. I mean that's North Dakota, USA for you right there.
A worse sort of tourist guide has never been written, right? Is it dead grass, campers, and oil rigs?
That's North Dakota. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
The hamburgers here are great, bro. You should try them.
I'm getting a clearer picture of why the philosophy is the way that it is, right? Because our environment kind of reflects a little bit. How we live our life is very much, we've got our own personal ideas, and we've got our own histories as well. But, the area that we live in kind of affects our philosophy as well, right?
Agreed.
Living where you are, maybe it's kind of practical and pragmatic to have that approach to life there. Maybe that's what works. Maybe that's what gets people through, right?
Right. I was gonna say, well, my residency, I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, when I'm not working, which is like the big Mormon capital of the world. No, I am not. I am not Mormon. All 5 of my wives are at home. So, considering I live a complete bachelor lifestyle and pump and dump forever, yeah, all 5 of my wives are at home.
Yeah,
So.
I've seen pictures of pictures of the Salt Lake City big churches and stuff, images in my head and stuff. I don't even know what that all means. When someone says I'm part of a religion, it's like, I don't know. It's like to me, it's like I don't care which football team you follow, right, man? It makes no difference,
right?
Yeah,
well, I was going to say, I my schedule usually is it's 4 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So on my 2 weeks off, I'll go back to Salt Lake and then be the pickup artist I am, pick up a bunch of girls, pump and dump, and go back up to North Dakota for a couple of weeks.
Talk about that in the next conversation. Then I will.